Yo, 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 yo! Happy New Year, man! Happy New Year, Hood Politics Nation. Um, what's up, man? I'm your boy Arkin Tarver, and I think it's the first post of the year for the Hood Politics platform. And before I get going, go to Hood underscore politics underscore media on YouTube and like, subscribe, comment. Like I said, it's an email there. Email me, man. Anything, man. I want like I said, I want to hear from people. Listen, man. First of all, man. Again, man, this is my first post of the year, and I really, like I said, it's been tough, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like about sitting down creating the content because I do not want to be or want to even be perceived as a gossip platform. But I do want to talk about relevant issues that we all can relate to. That's maybe in the media, that's in out in the public, and kind of like use these as teaching moments. Talk about and give another perspective. I'm not expecting everybody to agree. I'm not looking for uh, anything that's not going to be conducive to having a healthy conversation. And that's what it's about, man. I want to talk about some of these things, man, because 99.999% of them I've experienced myself. And, I'm going to just, touch on, a different perspective on my platform. I don't want to be a gossip platform, put nobody down. We got a lot of, man, platforms out here, man. It's nothing more cornier than a bunch of old dudes cackling and arguing like, women, knowing they ain't about to leave their couch, man, to go put in no work or do nothing, man. So I don't want to be that, but I do want to have conversations and challenge my opinion, and I'm gonna challenge other perspectives, and we just try to get some resolution about how we can move forward as a community. Starting the year off, man, like in the media right now, like you got Quando Rondo, he got a Fed case. You got Honeycomb Breezy, he got a Fed case. You got a couple other people. Kodak that got picked up, violated. They probably gonna sit him down for a minute. You got a lot of stuff going on, but then let's talk about the elephant in the room, the main conversation about the boy BG. And I'm gonna give y'all some. The reason I feel like I could speak on this. I don't know BG personally. I remember BG when he was younger. I spent a lot of time in Houston, and this is when before they even got their deal. And I remember running into them dudes in the mall and seeing them around town, and they really put in their work, man. And the boy BG is such a beloved artist. I mean, I'm cool. He cool. Like he's not, one of my favorites, but I do know he got an awesome fan base, and they really trying to trash the boy name right now. And I'm gonna give people some, education about this issue because this is a very important issue. Because not only do I have a lot of personal experience with it, I have a lot, I've seen this is what continuously goes on when I talk about this is how dangerous gossip is or certain things or just misconstruing circumstance. Every circumstance has a unique issue, and we tend to try to rubber stamp every circumstance the same, and it's not. Um, Here it is, BG come home, and I'm gonna be honest now. Now listen, I did it. I never did time. Oh, that's the other part of the story. I didn't do a lot of time. I didn't do time with BG because he spent most of his time in the higher levels. But he spent most of his time in the higher levels because when he was in there, BG was he was, and I ran into a lot of dudes who was with him, spent time with him in different institutions because he, like me, he probably was in like 5 or 6 different institutions. I got in trouble a lot too, in there, um, for different reasons. But so I didn't go all the way back up to the penitentiaries. That's where but he did, and he went through the school program and stuff. And this is indicative of what what's going on. Young man went to the feds. I went to the feds as a young man, and he got caught up in the federal experience. So coming home, man, you see a lot of talk right now about him supposed to being a snitch. And this goes back to I think my last post of the year was, it's trendy now to label somebody a snitch. It's like trendy. They just, and when I was coming up, let me tell you something, man. I've been in the streets since 1985. I've been in the streets, man, for most of y'all was born or some of, and I come from it. Like, like I tell people, my mama was a hustler. My grandmama was a hustler. My uncles, you know what I'm saying? And When I say hustlers, they was getting to it. They weren't drug dealers. They was hustlers. You know, I done seen my uncle sell everything from cats to fur coats to goddamn, you know, that kilos. And he just was a dude, man. I seen him live off his pool stick. You know what I'm saying? And I seen him live off his mouthpiece. And it's being able to survive out here, man. But he is, man. It's a saying. It's a solid personal principle I got. Everybody is entitled to do what they want to do. Everybody's entitled to do what they want to do. But what we aren't entitled to do is inconvenience other people with whatever we doing. Do what you want to do. I don't have an opinion either way. But when it inconveniences other people and destroy other lives, that's when your actions become questionable, which kind of segues into the conversation. Like I was saying, there's a lot of young boys out here, man, who find themselves in the grips of the federal government. And let me tell you something, it ain't no coincidence, man. The feds is picking up all these bullshit cases. These are state cases, man. But if the feds, they see some personal value in arresting these dudes, and they're gonna do it because it's gonna try to show the public that they're necessary. That's what they do. They out here arresting petty criminals and stuff, and it's just getting crazy. But anyway, BG came home, and I can relate to the situation because he had a situation before what he went to the feds for, where he was in a car and it was a gun found in some weed and somebody claimed. Now, allegedly, I don't know the details. I did read the paperwork, but I didn't print it off. Somebody let me read some screenshots of different stuff. And when you speak on issues, you should read the paperwork and make your own opinion, because like a lot of people read something and just misconstrued it. But it was a gun found. Somebody claimed it. They had an agreement that dude was gonna eat it. Cool. Say less. This was, that's how I was when I was coming up. Why we all go to jail? Somebody, hey, me, it's me. Whoever got the least to lose, whoever ain't on probation, whoever ain't got a case pending. That's who took the fucking charge. This wasn't even nothing to talk about. Well, anyway, dude did what he was supposed to do. But I've just seen this movie 1,000 times, man. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. This is a Bible principle, man. This is a biblical Bible principle that you gonna hear me say a lot, man. And it just explains the situation, man. It says Matthew 23:4. It says, men tie up heavy burdens that are hard to bear and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not lift a finger to remove them burdens, because we do things that is beneficial to our image. Everybody do. They operate on, I'm going to do what's beneficial to my image, or, these so-called street dudes, the facade, you know what I mean? So dude took the charge. BG and them agree, they all agreed dude would, eat the charge. Dude find out, what happened was, it was a state case. Dude, you going to look at a year or two, this, that. Dude said, cool, I ain't tripping. But the feds picked it up. Oh, whole new ball game. Dude ain't looking at no 1-2 years. Dude looking at maybe 5, 6, 7 years. 4 years, whatever. Well, with the weed and the gun, that's qualifying for 5 years for a gun. And I spoke about this, how guns work. Anyway, dude decided, nah, man, I'm not going, I'm going to try to fight this. Now, you changed the agreement. Was there conversation then? I doubt it. And this is the problem. Most time, niggas don't even talk. We wait till the shit happen and then get mad at each other when we didn't already have the conversations we need to have. It's just like this, what's understood don't need to be. See, all them slick sayings don't necessarily, apply, man. But what happens is we don't have the necessary conversations we need to have before shit happens. We just assume that the other guy gonna do right by us, and that's again, we tie up heavy burdens and lay them on men's shoulders. We don't, dudes got limitations, man. And I've seen this shit so many times. I've seen solid dudes stand up. I've seen solid dudes lay down. I've seen suckers stand up. I just seen it all. I just seen, everybody. And everybody pretty much operate from a space of doing what's going to benefit their image or their agenda, whatever. But anyway, dude changed his mind. The circumstances changed. Feds picked it up. Now, one of the conundrums when you try to do these backdoor deals with the government, like, and what I mean by it is they had to understand the dude gonna eat the case. All right, we cool. The government ain't go, or even the state, and I've seen this in the state, the government ain't gonna just let you walk away. You gonna have to say, if this dude changed his mind, it's in the paperwork, you will have to testify. But nobody expected dude to change his mind. So when dude changed his mind, that changed the circumstances in the agreement. You know what I'm saying? So BG already done caught another situation by then, and this is how the universe works. You dug one, and 4 months later, walk right into the same situation. And guess what? I've been there. I've done it. And it's just one of the natures of a street dude, man. We move too instinctively, man, and we don't think, man. We don't think, man. We too impulsive, too instinctive, man, and we ain't afraid of nothing. And so what happens is we make mistakes that cost not just us sometimes, but a lot of people. So, my point is this, man. So BG decided. So when he agreed to let dude take the case, that he had to agree that if dude changed his mind, he gonna testify. But they ain't expecting dude to change his mind, no matter the circumstance. That's what the street law should never. But that's just not realistic. So it forced BG to have to go on a grand jury because they had to solidify their case because the feds never had an actual grand jury. So they had a grand jury and they had to testify to what they said in the state case. And it's just a formality for real. It's just a formality, but technically, listen, and let me tell you something. I made my mistakes. And one thing, I'm not going to be shy on this platform about my mistakes, but let me tell you something. Technically, they was just supposed to all shut the fuck up and let the situation run its process. But guess what? Wasn't no conversations had before the incident. So everybody was just too busy being goofy and having fun and getting high and not, really, understanding, what's going on. So anyway, it's just a formality that he had to do that. But it goes against the code. It's a tech. It's a tech at best. It goes against the code. They won't supposed, none of them were supposed to say. He wasn't supposed to say it's his, and they weren't supposed to say it's theirs. They supposed to be like, what gun are we? We don't know none of them, and play dumb. Because when you're in a situation with multiple people, there's automatically a conflict of interest. There's automatically a conflict of interest when you get in a situation with multiple people. There's automatically a conflict of interest. Because of a lot of circumstances. Here, you a 3-time loser. You in the car. Here, this nigga ain't never been in trouble. So it's a conflict of interest. Nigga, I can't afford to let none of this fall on me. I might get 20 years. You get a year. So it's always supposed to be these understandings. Like, I tell motherfuckers, man, listen. When I'm around them, I don't want to bring you no problems, and I don't want no problems. So you got to really move in circles of people that's y'all got to share some kind of mutual interest. BG in the car, superstar rap star with some dudes who ain't got nothing to lose, really, but some time, and he got everything going on, and it happens. So they made a backdoor deal amongst each other. Technical, when the shit didn't go, they had to go in front of the grand jury. It's a tech, like I said, it's a tech. His intentions wasn't to down dude, it was just to follow through on the plan. But guess what? Plans change, circumstances change. And this is why I get mad, and that's why I'm even speaking out, because we don't take into account, man, sometimes circumstances change. There's no fixed mindset when it comes to circumstances, man. We got to start, man, being able to think, not just laterally, but, we got to be able to start thinking different, man. Being more strategic, being more calculated. Get out our fucking feelings. Everybody mad and in their feelings and angry, man. It's toxic out here, man. But let me tell you something. So BG ended up having to do that, So then he catch another situation in the process of that. That's how the feds work. They was on his line for whatever reason. And I've seen this happen 1,000 times. So when he go to the feds, here's rap star. Now here's the thing. The problem is rap star, young man, prolific artist. You know he got all the. So he go to the feds, man. He like a god in there to them dudes, man. So what happens is sometimes, man, we invest so much in people when we see they flaws, we don't want to listen. And he, of course, in his paperwork, because he didn't have the situation, it wasn't nothing about the other case's paperwork. So of course his paperwork was clean. And I listen. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. There's some yards in the BOP that you cannot walk if you ain't right. Some, but there's a lot of yards, man. Listen, where you got dudes, man, you just don't know their whole story. You got dudes who, yeah, he didn't tell, but he's some type of creep. He got, sexual assault shit. All kind of shit dudes do behind closed doors or, out, out from not out in the open. I done seen dudes, man, checking paperwork, running dudes up, this and that, and then I go to another compound, somebody got some paperwork on him. Or somebody come on the compound off the bus and they got some bad news. And then nobody even, I've seen the dude still be the head of the car or be the head of the gang, whatever. And I've seen all the hypocrisies and holes and all this shit, man. Yeah, okay, dude didn't tell, but dude's another kind of piece of shit. Like, we got to start looking at things realistically and practically, man. We out here killing each other, man. Like crazy. Like, it's no hell. Life ain't worth shit now. Man, I'm in a white dude at my job, man. I swear, it hurt my feelings, man. He looked at me. We were just talking about some of the violence that was going on in the media in our area, and this dude gonna say, "Hey, what a life out there worth now? About 500." Like, and I just looked at this dude like he like matter of factly, what's a life worth out there now, Terry? About 500. I just said, man, that's fucked up, man. Look how they look at us, man, because we don't value life, man. So anyway, man, the boy BG went through his federal experience. Yeah, his paperwork was right. Everywhere he went, he was loved and revered. And nigga told me BG was charging niggas 200, 500 just to take a picture on picture day. That he was killing them. Nigga told me, he said, BG wasn't playing with that. Niggas want to take pictures. You had to have your paperwork, and you had to pay for 200 to 500 to take a picture with him so you could send home and show everybody you locked up with BG. I wish the fuck I would. And I didn't even go around the picture. Didn't even, when I was in the feds, I didn't even go around the picture because I didn't take pictures with niggas on the street. I didn't go to jail to do it. That shit just kind of always a little pointed to me, but that's just my opinion. But anyway, well, you know what? I take that back. I did. I ain't gonna say I never done it, but it wasn't my thing. I wasn't there every day. Let's put it that way. Because I had some good dudes, man. That, you know. Shout out to my little bro Swelly. He just came home from doing 21 years. DC finest. Man, I can't wait. Y'all gonna meet Swelly, man. Swelly just did 21, man. It's my dude. DC boy, man. He a real one, man. One of the, man, really, man, a young dude too, man. Just real sharp, man. He home just doing 21 years. Yeah. He went to federal prison. He was 19 years old, man. Came home, he's 41, man. So, I'm happy for him. But yeah, man, the situation with BG, he went through his federal experience, cool. I heard a lot of different stories. I ain't gonna get into gossip because if I didn't see it with my own eyes, but I heard a lot of stories about the dude because in the federal system, especially when you're going through transit, you meet a lot of dudes from a lot of institutions, and so you be talking, where you at? Oh, I'm at Beaumont. Oh, I'm at, Big Sandy. Or, I'm at Colorado. Or I'm at, Ferriton, wherever. I'm in Loretto. And so you start talking, oh, yeah, such and such there, transit. And I went through transit probably about 4 or 5 times my whole federal bit, man. So I got the chance to bump a lot of people. So I heard a lot of stories, but, about BG, with his time, how he did his time. But I ain't going to get in that because that'd be gossip. You know what I mean? But anyway, my point is this, though. This is the point I bring this up. I had a little partner, man, who caught a bullshit case for the same charge. It was the same situation. He got caught with some gift cards or something stupid. And he got caught with some gift cards and they were stolen or whatever. But his homeboy told him, hey, man, pick up these gift cards from me. So when he went to get them, it was he got arrested. You know what? I got to go do a little time anyway. Just telling their minds, this and that. Put it on me. I don't want you and my girl to get in trouble about some gift cards. So it's cool. So they had the agreement that they were to say, hey, there he is. We was picking him up from him. And they still had to get probation. They didn't just walk away. So anyway, dude took the charge, whatever. Well, while he doing his time, because he had to do some time for some other stuff, his girl get to messing around with another mutual friend. So he get mad at everybody for his girl indiscretion, and he start putting paperwork out that my man was a snitch. When they had an agreement that he was gonna say, hey, this is your stuff, you and my girl. But when he get mad at everybody, he changed the rules and he put paperwork out. And my dude was crushed, man. Like he really went off the deep end about that being put on his name. And I watched the man lose his life really behind the situation because he just went on a crash mission to prove that he wasn't this dude that everybody trying to say he is, that he wasn't a snitch. And it goes back to what I'm saying. Men tie up heavy burdens that are hard to bear and lay them on men's shoulders. We keep putting ourselves in people in positions, man, in life, man, and expect them to hold up for us all the time, man. It's unrealistic, man, and it's unfortunate. But in the streets, it's a standard. It's the standard. It's the status quo. So long story short, with the situation with BG, he come home and do the same thing. BG probably ain't hit his hand, ain't got what ain't did what he was supposed to do, and it just and that's another problem, and I'm gonna touch on that. And so instead of him waiting and being patient and really coming, he put the paperwork out there and trying to smut the boy name. And he used it's a conspiracy with him and some other collaborators who just haters and people who want to spread misery and negative shit about people. And all he had to do was sit back and chill and do what it got to him. Dude's situation, even you looking at videos, this and that, man, that stuff don't mean nothing, man. I done seen nigga do a video, and when the video over, take off the clothes he wore in the video, gave the keys back to the car and put that raggedy ass shit on his head and got and left. Dude just trying to get back, and dude was impatient. And he, they pushed the envelope on the information that, and it looks bad, but it's just a technicality. If the man wasn't right, he'd have folded in his second case, but he didn't. But now, on the same token, people understand this. Let me tell y'all something. It's real shit. I don't care if you don't like it or not. You're going to have to respect it. But just because a nigga didn't tell, don't mean he even could have told. I know niggas that they couldn't tell. It wasn't nothing to tell. They couldn't. They got caught, whatever they was doing. How you going to... I know niggas that wanted to tell but couldn't because it wasn't nothing to tell. You got, with nobody else to implicate. Because you can't just go tell on somebody and the feds go arrest them or whatever. It don't work like that. Man, I've been having niggas telling on me since 1994. That shit didn't come up till, I was pressing them on my case that I went to federal prison on. Because people just drop information, whatever, tell the feds what they want to hear all the time, man. You'd be surprised, man, if you really looked and did the research. Some of y'all niggas who still, got motion or whatever out there. Man, listen, the game is rigged, man. It's fucked up. That's why the game is dead. It ain't I'm scared, the game dead. But anyway, going back to BG, the boy come home, dude wasn't patient, didn't wait till his situation developed, so he put the information out there with the help of some other people, a la Terrence, Gangster Williams, and some other people. What's up, Gangster? Me and Gangster cool, man. Me and the Gangster talk on the regular, man. Just, chopping it up about this space right here. But anyway, long story short, it's so easy to misconstrue situations because this dude might do something for a whole different reason and motive. And this dude might do something. And it's not for the same, dudes tell, everybody that tell don't tell because they cowards. They don't tell because they cowards. I did, like I tell people, I did 19 years in the federal system. And I've seen it all, man. When I tell you I've seen some of the most craziest stuff. So, there's no way to ever predict, what a person will and won't do, man. You know what I'm saying? And for a person like me, sometimes in life, finding redemption can be a little elusive. And sometimes Our past actions can be so damaging that they seem impossible to come back from. But I'm optimistic about my future, and I know one thing about it. And this is the point I want to make that I really relate to in BG's situation. BG has moved so official over his career and life that just one stain can't stay on him because he's too beloved. People so invested in him emotionally. People idolize him. He's a lot of dudes' favorite rapper. This that. So people so invested in that aren't going to be able to switch that emotion for this one discretion. They're going, it's a stain, but it's a tech. It's just a tech, you know. And a lot of dudes out here stamping it. He is snare stamping it. And then what's funny though? There's a lot of selective politics because you got dudes who know better, who don't want to stamp it what it is. But that just is what it is. You got dudes who, well, we'll see, and the paperwork right there. But it is. That's the selective politics. That's the hypocrisy and all of it. I done seen dudes run rats up, beating them up, crushing them, and then when they homeboy, it's supposed to be hot, come to the compound, ain't nothing happening because he got love for that nigga. He just may not fuck with him unless the nigga feed him or something. There's a lot of hypocrisy in this, man, and nobody really holding holding everything 100%. It's a lot of, and all I'm just saying is, man, we put too much emphasis on this shit, because at the end of the day, man, do it matter? I can tell you now, the fans and the public don't give a fuck about what a BG did or didn't do. They gonna buy his music. They gonna fuck with him. There's so many people so invested in the nigga and his music and his catalog, man. They don't care nothing about none of that. So it's just crazy, man, and it's hurtful to see because I done seen this so many times, man, with people taking misconstrued situations just to slander your name, and twist and bend the truth. It's unfortunate, but like I said, man, I'm trying to really get consistent with this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you know, put out regular content. Time we live our life looking for approval, you are living in prison. When you live your entire existence looking for approval from other men, other people, you are imprisoning yourself to people's expectations. And it goes back to the scriptures that men tie up heavy burdens that are hard to bear and lay them on men's shoulders. But they themselves would not lift one finger to remove them because it's just not in our nature. Expectations, man, we put on people, man, to be our heroes, be without blemish and flaws is unrealistic. You know, I want to just say, man, listen, this habitual hustler movement we got going on, man. Listen, it is really, it's not about clothes, fashion. It's a mindset. It's self-expression. You know, I want to promote self-expression when it comes to how you think, how you move, how you vision your life. And I'm a habitual hustler, man. The federal government said I was a habitual criminal. I said, nah, man, I'm a habitual hustler. Nothing criminal about me. I just don't look for handouts. And so, what I've done is took all that ambition, took all that understanding, and I've channeled it into my brand, Habitual Hustler. Go to fashionporn.shop, man, and start look at my pieces I got up now. Men, women, no children. It's impossible, man. Like, listen, if you out there right now and you got multiple jobs, side hustles, you getting up every day, going from situation to situation and survive and get to it out here, man. You a habitual hustler, and that's just what this is about, man. It's just not about fashion or some slick cliche name that sounds slick. It's a mindset. It's a culture. We gotta really, man, start taking advantage of the hours in the day that we have. Because at the end of the day, I ask myself, man, what did I do with my day? Did I get something done? Was I productive? Did I make some money? So shout out, man. Listen, man, I want to do shout out my hood politics people. Happy New Year, man. Shout out T Slide King T, man. Go on YouTube. They got the video out stepping. Hot King T. Listen, young boy, you got a future ahead of you, man. Stay up under T Slide, man. Listen to him, man. You know what I'm saying? T Slide, man, love what you doing, man. Shout out to Toxic Tees, man, on Mahoning Avenue, man. Go to them, man. Check them out. It's a black owned business, man. Start, following through there, man. Remember, like, subscribe, comment. Join the Habitual Hustler page, because what that's going to do is give people access to all kind of gift surprises on Habitual Hustler on Facebook. You know what I'm saying, and then also join the Hood Politics on Facebook as well, because all these different platforms, man, are I know people saying, man, you got listen, man, they're necessary, man, for the information, for the resources, and to the community that I want to build, man. Listen, be a part of what I'm trying to do. I'm telling you, man. I promise you, I'm gonna get us there, man. I'm the Black Tom Brady, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get us there, man. So listen, man. Shots out, love y'all, man. Um, Shots out to my hood politics people, man. Listen, we gonna chop it up, man. More and more and more and more. You know, shout out to my homeboy Cocaine Wayne, man, up there in Detroit doing his thing, man. Listen, me and him been scheduled conflicts, man, but I really want to bring you on my platform. Um, because this is going, this story, this is, man. Listen, when all this develops, man, y'all gonna see, man. So listen, man. Shots out, man. Hood politics, we out.